Hello, everyone, and thank you for taking the time to listen to my talk today. So my name is Ian Hendrickson, and today I'm speaking on behalf of the MIST collaboration to talk to you about the development of an antenna beam model interpolation package for Python. So first, a brief background about the MIST experiment, which stands for the mapper, the IGM spin temperature. We're a new cosmology experiment, and we're aiming to measure the global redshifted 21 centimeter signal to study the evolution of neutral hydrogen in the IGM during the Dark Ages, Cosmic Dawn, and Epoch of Reionization. So MIST is an experiment that requires a lot of electromagnetic simulations to characterize its antenna beam gain with very high accuracy. The problem with this is that full EM simulations can potentially take a long time to calculate. So this presentation is going to detail the development of a Python package that uses interpolation instead of simulation in order to significantly reduce the time it takes to produce new beam models. So I'll briefly go over the interpolation process, but I invite you to go to the MIST website in case you're interested in further details. Essentially what the interpolation process entails, which is detailed in figure 1, beginning with a couple of simulated antenna beam cubes, which is just a 3D visualization of the points of the simulated beam model. And each one of these simulated beam cubes is associated with a different set of physical parameters. So if we hop over to figure 2, this is the baseline antenna design for MIST. It's a blade dipole, and it's characterized by some physical parameters as well as the properties of the soil beneath the antenna. And essentially what we do is we're going to take if we go to a certain frequency, azimuth, and elevation point in the simulated antenna beam cubes, we can fill these into an intermediate antenna parameter cube at the physical parameters associated with each one of them. And then we can make a linear or a higher order polynomial interpolation in order to determine what the gain would be for an antenna having the physical parameters of the white cube. And we can loop this process over until we've filled up an entirely new interpolated antenna beam cube. So to determine the accuracy of these interpolations, we've created 27 simulated antenna beam cubes in FICO, as well as 3 additional ones with which we can compare interpolated antenna beam cubes. So the results of this are detailed in table 1 with the parameter sets and whichever parameters, the physical parameters associated with each of those. And we're using the root mean square percentage to quantify the agreement between simulations and interpolations. So what we find is that the interpolations are highly accurate in comparison with their simulated, the analytical simulated beam models. And the runtime is very, very fast. It's below a second in each case. And then if we can bounce over to figure 3, basically what this is showing is the fractional deviations between simulation and interpolation for parameter set P1. So for all frequency and all elevation, and for azimuth equals 0 degrees. And there's small fractional deviations and smooth behavior. So both of the results from table 1 and figure 3 demonstrate that the package can both interpolate new beam models accurately and in under a fraction of a second, which is very important. And future work is going to involve further comparisons between simulations and interpolations, as well as seamlessly incorporating the package into the MIST pipeline. And finally, I'd just like to briefly thank Professor John Sievers, whose code helped to dramatically increase the speed of the interpolations. And of course, I'd like to thank my supervisors, Professor Chang and Dr. Monsalve, as well as the rest of the MIST team for their guidance and support. And if you'd like to email me any correspondence, you can find my email below, as well as you can go to the MIST webpage. Thank you very much.